time a dish with D. That's me, coming at you from her library. Just testing out my new green screen, so let me know what you think. It's kind of like the bar area, have a cocktail. So I'm here to talk about, we had a big discussion on Tea with D. If you don't know what Tea with D is, let me inform you. It is our nightly Weight Watchers weight loss chit chat here on my channel, 7:30 Eastern time. You're all welcome to come. Just show up and we talk about our day, what went right, what went wrong, tips, tricks. It's very supportive. It's a really great group and I highly encourage you to come. We meet almost every night since the pandemic started, so because people can't get to a meeting and it takes a village sometimes. But the topic last week, it took us, my God, the whole time was one of my peeps, Lorianne, said, I'm going to the store. What do I need? That was a great topic. We were like throwing things out left and right. So I guess the topic would be for this vlog is, all right, I'm on plan. What do I need? All right, number one, you need a good app. I'm not saying you need the Weight Watchers app. You need a good app. Find one that you like, you could afford, and that works well for you. And if you don't like the one you have, try something else. Don't ever feel you're stuck with something because, yeah, you might have paid for it, but you know what? No sense being unhappy because if you're unhappy, you won't use it. So find an app that works. People like iTrackBites. People like the WW app. There's Lose It. There's MyFitnessPal. There's probably a lot more. They're the ones off the top of my head that, people like. So whatever you do, whether you do low carb, keto, Weight Watchers, any of the iTrackBites plans, count calories, there's something out there for you. And if you're unhappy on the plan you're on, don't ever feel you have to stay with it because sometimes it's not right for you. So that is my first part of advice. And then, what do you need to get? I'm going to the store. What do I need? Do you need fancy items? You don't need them, but are they fun? Sure they are. But the basics are what's important. So what I would tell anybody who just joined, we'll say Weight Watchers, only because that's the plan I'm on, and that's the majority of the people on Tea with D are on. So I joined Weight Watchers. What do I need to have stocked? These are the things I like to have on hand. Eggs. Now, if you're on the green plan, eggs are not your friend. Then you would go with the carton of egg whites. I have both sometimes because I like to do a little bit of each. Non-fat Greek yogurt. Again, if you're on the green plan, you have to count it. But blue and purple, it's 0 points. Again, I don't use a lot of it at one time, but I love to use a little bit a lot, if that makes sense. I throw a scoop here, I throw a scoop there. I have a whole video on why I love non-fat Greek yogurt, and if I remember to link that, I will link it because you'd be surprised the things you could put that sucker in, and it's amazing. So that is another thing. Low point bread. I know a lot of people can't find the 647 bread. I know Sarah Lee has one. I really like the Ezekiel sesame. It's 2 points a slice, 2 slices for 4 points. I think it's phenomenal. It is not, it's a bread that's made, it's no flour. It's made with seeds. Makes awesome avocado toast. Just saying. So I always say, find a good bread. Lavash. I think that's a must. Totally between making wraps, making pizzas, making crackers. It's just phenomenal. Joseph's makes a really good one for a nice big one for 2 points. Toria's makes a mini for 1 point. That's fantastic. Just one of my favorite things. I love to have sugar-free Jell-O and pudding mixes. The Jell-O brand. God, what you can make with those things is phenomenal. You can mix the Jell-O puddings into the yogurt. Amazing. I just love I always have that in my pantry. I love to have sugar-free cake mixes in my pantry. You never know when you need a little something sweet. You got that right in your arsenal. I also love to have flavors and extracts, seasonings, garlic, cilantro, powerful heavy hitters that could really enhance your foods. I am involved with Flavor Gods right now. I don't know why. I'm obsessed with them. They're very good. I also love to have different extracts. So get that out. Almond, vanilla, anise, maple, cake batter. Change the flavor of one thing with just an extract and a spice. Cinnamon, cardamom, nutmeg. It could, I'm telling you, like that, with a little bit of different, seasonings. Pumpkin. Ugh. I know it's not pumpkin season, but I always have pumpkin on hand because I love pumpkin and it's 0 points. You can put it in everything. Also, I love to have flour. 2-ingredient dough is your friend. I like to, of course, I always say this, I add way less yogurt because it's a very heavy dough. And in the beginning, I think you should do the correct way, and then you'll find the balance that works for you. But I'm an Italian girl, and I like my yeast in my dough, and I like my dough airy and chewy. Sometimes too much yogurt makes it very heavy, and it doesn't have that beautiful pull that bread has that I'm used to. So I always add yeast in there and yogurt and an egg. Girl likes her eggs. Baking powder. You need to have a good supply of baking powder because you will put it in everything. It's just one of those things that you just need to totally have. Fresh herbs are my thing. Like, I know I just said dried, but if I could have some fresh parsley, fresh basil. I know it's not the season, but sometimes you can get them at some produce places. Oh my God, it just adds so much with a little bit of fresh herbs. It's crazy. Fresh vegetables. I love having carrots and radishes and sugar snap peas. That's what I love to dip veggies in. Dip. I love to dip those veggies. I'm not a big fan of carrots anymore because I think carrots have been overdone, in my opinion, for me. I love bell peppers. I love creating hummuses, homemade hummuses that are 0 points because you don't use the tahini. If I remember to link that in the cards, I will, because I make a fantastic hummus that just has chickpeas, lemon juice, non-fat Greek yogurt, and garlic. Shut the front door. And at the end, you drizzle, some sesame oil to give it that little bit of sesame. And it's not a lot because you don't need a lot of sesame oil. Oil goes a long way. So I love that hummus. Dessert hummuses. If you've not been on my channel long, I have a whole playlist on dessert hummuses. That's fantastic. And half of them you could have like a 1/4 cup for 0 points. You heard me, a 1/4 cup for 0 points. Brownie batter, cookie dough, butterscotch blondie, carrot cake. They're fantastic. And I highly encourage you to make things yourself because you get more. You get more. You could buy it. You absolutely could buy brownie batter hummus, but you're not getting a 1/4 cup for 0 points. I guarantee you that. I always say, if you want to eat more, you have to cook things yourself. You'd be surprised the amount of food that I eat because I prepare everything myself. And I know what's in there. I know what's not in there. I know I didn't put any sugar. I know I didn't put any oil, and it's fresh. So that is like a high recommendation for me. Crackers. Find yourself a low point cracker. They're out there. I always suggest go one day by yourself because you bring the husband and the kids, you get nothing done. Scan things and see how many crackers you can get for this amount of points. You'd be surprised. And I'm all about individual bag chips and pretzels. You can get those little cute little 1 point bags. Right now at Target, it's Valentine's season, and every holiday, I don't know about Christmas, but I know Halloween, Valentine's, I think Easter, they always put these cute little kids treat bags out. Oh my gosh, you can get 1 point snack, 2 point snacks. So I'll be having a haul very soon because it's, I love my chips and my pretzels. I don't give up chips and pretzels because I'm on a weight loss journey, because hell no. Hell to the end of the O. I have my chips. They might not be fried, but they're still amazing. So you will see that coming up. I haven't gone there yet, so maybe the next week or so when I get to Target, I will have my Valentine's treat haul, because you know what? Just because, like I said, you gotta have it, because if you don't have it, you're always going to want it. So why not just fit it in? I say this all the time. Fit in snacks. I've been putting together a weekly snack video. Why? Because snacking is important. I don't know about you, but I like to snack. Granted, it's not the way I used to snack, but I'm still snacking and I'm still getting my crunch on. And sometimes that's what you need, get your crunch on. Tasty, delicious food does not have to be high in fat and high in calories and high in points. It can be delicious and low in point. We just have to finagle a few things and, play with some ingredients, play with some preparations, and you too will be enjoying your food. So what other things would I suggest? Beans. Canned beans. They're high in protein, low in fat, very filling, high in fiber. I was never a person who liked beans until beans became 0 points. I learned to like beans. Now I love beans. Totally love beans. I make hummuses. You can make with white beans or chickpeas your very own bean dip. Don't knock it. I like adding black beans to crock pot chicken and corn. It's all 0 points. And you're sitting there with this beautiful plate of food. It has chicken and tomatoes and carrot, corn and black beans. You could have it plain. You could have it over rice. You could have it in a tortilla. You could have it on a salad. And it's just delicious. And some salsa. I do have that recipe on my channel as well. You knew I was going to say that. So yes, I definitely think lean proteins, chicken, turkey, fish, if you're in blue and purple, they're all 0 points. That is a win. Now pork, you have to count. But if you're having a tenderloin, seriously, there's really not fat in that. So I'm a little lenient when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, the only thing I really do stringent on is beef, because beef is beef. But when I'm having chicken and turkey and even pork, unless it's really bristly, which it usually isn't, I don't really get too crazy about that. But have plenty of fruit. Whatever fruit you like, whether it be bananas, whether it be apples, whether it be cantaloupe, honeydew, find what you like and have it on hand. Grapes, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. Have it available for yourself. Oats. If you watch my channel, I love my oats. You can make oatmeal, oat bake, oat muffins. You could add oat, and if you're on purple, it's 0 points. So they're 0 points because they're a very whole food. It's a great ingredient and it's good for you. So that is why a lot of the purple foods are 0 points. So if you're not on the purple plan, you could still eat those foods. Yes, we have to count them, but they're the better option for us. So I do the magenta plan, which I always say, which is blue with eating the purple foods. And I count them. They're so high in nutrition and good for your body, and your body can break them down like nobody's business. Do you ever like eat a meal and you get really, really tired? Like, oh, why am I so tired? Because your meal was too fatty and your body has to slow down in order to digest it. So you get all the energy from everything else goes to digesting your food. So trying to eat healthier. Like I said, I like salad, but I'm not eating salad for lunch. If I am, it's a big ass salad or it's a side salad. Very rarely do I have salad as my main entree. Because I think that if I do, I feel like I'm on a diet. And I don't want to feel like I'm on a diet. I love having flatbreads and chips. So I try to, and I can have a salad on top of my flatbread. So I incorporate things like that. Because if I feel like I'm on a diet, then I will feel deprived. It messes with your head. I will tell you a secret. This is all up here. It's not in your stomach. Yeah, it took me a long time. So I'm giving you advice that took me years to figure out. This whole journey is all up here. It is a mental thing. It is all mindset. If you're geared and you're focused and you're into it, you will do fantastic. If you're doing it for the wrong reasons, or you're just doing it because you think you should, but you're really not into it, I tell people, then stop. And I know it's a horrible thing to say to somebody, but if they're not into it, they're not. And I feel, why should you spin your wheels if you're really not focused? I'd rather see you go. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom before you can climb out of that hole. That happened to me, so I totally understand that. And yeah, it took me to weigh 270 pounds to realize that I need to do something, or I'm in serious difficulty. So what else do you want to get for us, Dee? My goodness, I think cheese, what are my favorites? Cheese. Find yourself a low point cheese. A stick, like the string cheese. There are 1-point ones, there are 2-point ones, there are 3-point ones. Scan your cheese. Light Baby Bells. The little triangle cheese, which escapes me right now. That name always escapes me. But you know what I'm talking about. That's a 1-point cheese. There's ultra thins. I think it's Sargento ultra thin cheeses. Some of them are 2 points, some of them are 1. Scan them. find the 1-point cheese, because I don't know about you, but I'm not paying 2 points for a slice of cheese, because 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to taste it in the sandwich. The turkey sometimes is a little bit overpowering, or the mustard. And if I'm not going to taste the cheese, I'm certainly not going to put it in the sandwich. I'd rather eat it on the side and enjoy the cheese rather than have it muddled in the sandwich. But that's just me personally. I've also been coming out with some lunch videos, because I know some people struggle with lunch. I don't. I love lunch. I love eating. So I'm trying to do another weekly, series on helping you guys out with your lunch, because snacks and lunch are something I totally enjoy. What else? Oh, milk. Plant-based milk. Now, you could do your fat-free if you wanted. I'm not that big of a fan. I adore cashew milk. The creamy cashew, the unsweetened. They have vanilla and regular. It's called creamy cashew for a reason. It's creamy. It's delicious. 1 cup is 1 point. So good. I very rarely use a whole cup, so I usually only have to not count it. But if you're going to go up to a cup, you have to, I think, a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup and over, you have to count. Or almond milk. I like oat milk, but it's a little higher in points, so I do like it, though. I think I'd rather have the oat milk over the cow's milk, quite honestly. But like I love like bars. I say to you, find a bar you like that's the points you're willing to accept, because I think sometimes you need something to grab as a snack, because sometimes we don't have time. So I adore the Costco Kirkland protein bars. Do I have them here? I had them last night here at the live. I guess I put them back. Peanut butter chunk. Chocolate peanut butter chunk is 4 points. Amazing. One of the best bars I've ever had. Totally dig it. I love little individually wrapped things, and like bars and chips and pretzels. And I have these cute little chocolate covered pretzels I got at the Halloween. I almost done those. Again, I can't go into a bag and count them out. I just can't. So that's, will I ever get better at that? I'm not sure. But let me see, do we have anything else? Sometimes maybe Dee, you should have written it down. I love cocoa powder, like the unsweetened cocoa powder. I think that's a necessity to have in my pantry. Unsweetened applesauce, a necessity to have in my pantry. Now, I like the black cocoa powder that you get online, or I actually get mine in an Amish bulk store. But if you can't, get the special dark. It's just a little bit more intense. I'm into cottage cheese. Not like in a bowl with a spoon, but like on top of bread, like a Danish. Or I make a dip with it with sun-dried tomatoes and herbs. Again, there's a video for that. I just love reinventing food, and I love making little mini loaves. Oh, protein pancake mix. Whether it be Kodiak, Trader Joe's, I know Aldi has one, I know Birch Benders has one. Whatever one you like. I like them all, quite honestly, but Trader Joe's is the best price, and I think it's pretty tasty. So I usually try to get that, but girl likes her Kodiak almond poppy seed, her chocolate chip, her strawberry chocolate chip. Insane. You need to check out my Instagram and watch my breakfasts, because, oh yes, find recipes, find websites that have great, easy recipes. Ask around, say, hey, what do you have for breakfast? Or go check out Instagram for inspiration. There's tons of WW people on there. You could find total inspiration. But I'm going to end that here, because I've talked for 18 minutes. And there's probably more that I missed, because the possibilities are endless. I like to also have on hand grilled frozen chicken tenders. Like, I think it's Tyson, like blackened chicken. You can find those. They're very hard to find. I love keeping that kind of stuff on hand when I don't know what I want to eat, and I'm making spaghetti or something I'm really not in the mood for or don't have enough points for. I mean, sometimes I have enough points for spaghetti, but sometimes not for the meatballs. And I'm not really a huge meatball fan anymore. So I would love to have some grilled pieces of chicken on the side. So it's always good to have stuff in your freezer. But we'll go over freezer another time. But that's just a quick little overview. I hope you enjoyed this. It was quick. I wanted to show you my new green screen in my library. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, there's a subscribe button. I highly recommend that you hit that. And you'll know when I upload and when I go live. Have a great rest of your day. I didn't realize it was so late. I will talk to you very soon. Bye-bye, guys and gals. and people.